Hi guys, Rose here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be a client's cat eye reading. For your reading, we are going to be working with the Tarot of Vampires as well as the Halloween Oracle. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to work with Tarot of Vampires for you. I did that for the other client and I don't want to get confused. So let me let me, woo! There went my camera. Sorry guys. Let me switch the energies and let's work with a different deck, okay? So sometimes when I do the same spread for multiple clients, sometimes I do purposely switch out the decks that I use because it makes me feel like it's a whole different reading even though it's the same reading. You know what I mean? Like it makes me realize it's for a different person. I don't want to bring in the other person's energy into your reading. So new deck. So we're going to work with the Trick or Tarot and the Halloween Oracle. I always use Halloween Oracle for this reading. So basically, the cat eye reading is looking into your psychic or intuitive abilities, which we all have, but everyone is different with their strengths and weaknesses. That one wanted to come out. And my client in particular is asking about their tarot path. They have been reading the tarot, but they have been feeling really blocked. You know what? And it's interesting. I just realized it's interesting that I put the Tarot of Vampires away because I believe that's the deck you work with. So I hope you don't mind that. That could also be a sign too. Maybe Spirit is saying you need to switch up the decks that you use. Perhaps they're saying don't just fixate on one. Maybe you need a couple go-to decks. You know, if one deck isn't working for you and your intuition, because you mentioned in your email you feel like you're not intuitively connecting. Maybe you need to switch up the deck. Sometimes that happens to me. Sometimes I feel like I'm just not getting a clear reading. Like the messages aren't flowing like they usually do. And that could be a sign of your cards might be dirty, so maybe you need to cleanse your cards. Or it could be a sign of you need to work with a different deck. Just bring in some new energy into the space. So I will just take that and my feeling of not using the Tarot of Vampires, which I do believe that's the one you're working with, as a sign for you. Maybe it's time for you to give that deck a rest. Not meaning never use it again, but bring out another deck to play with, you know, and see how it makes you feel. And while you're working with that other deck, charge the other cards. Put them in order, spray them down, or put some, you know, light some incense or sage and let them smoke cleanse them, and then let them sit overnight, like especially under a full moon. It sounds so witchy, but maybe that's what your cards need. Maybe they're just saying we need cleanse, we need a break. Okay, so it's a 4-card spread. It's intuitively done. I don't use any specific spread or anything. I just read. So the card that fell out for you from the Oracle is the Spider, Community and Web Weaving. I really, really like that you got community. I feel like this is kind of saying right now, like in your work being more solo, your path, maybe you need to reach out and join a Facebook group or two. I think you're already in my Facebook group, and I really want to start switching up the way I do the group. I've been very MIA in it the last month. But I really want to bring back the element of talking about tarot because that's the original reason for creating it. But I feel like maybe working with a community, you need other people who are on the path of reading the cards and kind of let's just discuss the cards, and let's not having a full-blown tarot class, but maybe you just need to communicate with other people about the cards, or maybe some blocks, some walls that you're hitting, and see what other people are going through. And when you see that they're also going through or have gone through some of the same challenges that you did, it'll make you feel better. You know what I mean? So definitely with this card, I feel joining a group, a Facebook group, if you don't already have one. that is tarot related, so that you could ask those tarot related questions. This could also be maybe if you have friends who are also into the cards and really getting together and just, you know, have a discussion amongst yourselves about the cards. The other thing with the community is, have you been doing readings for other people? Maybe it's time that you start branching out from reading for yourself and start reading for other people. And I don't mean full blown, like you have to take money and do this huge professional reading. Like, do a simple freebie or whatever. If you've been doing free readings, great. Maybe it's time you start charging for your services so that you feel like there's an even exchange of energy. You're giving part of your energy with your reading to these people, but you're also receiving, you know, payment back for it. So that could be a thing. Maybe this is like a shift in the way that you do your readings, and it's going to be changing. If you don't do free readings, then I definitely take this card to say it's time. It's time to take that leap of, you're not a solo student anymore. Let's start reading for people. Because the more that you practice, and once you start reading for other people, it's a whole different experience. And maybe that'll help jumpstart your intuition, and maybe it'll make you, you know, obviously you're going to have to trust your intuition some more, and trust that what you are gathering from the cards and reading for other people, I mean, it's a whole different experience from reading for yourself, okay? So that's another thing. Okay, from the tarot cards, we have the Six of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. I love it. So first off, the tarot is revealing High Priestess to you. You are intuitive. Just because you're not feeling connected doesn't mean you're not. I love that she came up for you, because this is kind of like saying, I'm still here. You still have your intuition. I still exist. Okay. I love that. So I'm really glad that she came up for you. Let that be a validation for you, especially just answering your question. That yes, you're on the right path. You know, I don't know what your end goal is. Like, I don't know if you ultimately want to be a full-blown tarot reader, if this is, you want this to remain just a hobby, if this is something you want to do like your own little business with. Like, I don't know what path you truly want to take with this, but I do feel like learning the cards, reading the cards is definitely part of your journey. Yes, you should be doing that. What is below you is coming up with the Seven of Pentacles, which is a card of boredom. It is a card of needing a switch in energy, okay? So like I said, using a different deck, okay? Sometimes that helps. That's why a lot of us readers get a lot of decks, because we get bored. We get bored with the ones we have, and we, you know, the thrill of having a new deck and working with it is exciting. So maybe this is time for you. It's time for you to put the cards away that you've been using and use something different. Maybe it's a shift in working with more oracle cards than tarot, or blending tarot and oracle together like I do. This could also be, you know, shifting the way that you do your reading. So like I was saying, reading for other people if you're not already, okay? So definitely I could see, yes, there's been boredom. There's been contemplating, how can I do something different with my tarot path? Yeah, you've been feeling it. The other thing I'm getting is the Seven of Pentacles could also be a card of burnout. Maybe when you've just been putting too much of yourself into your practice, you just burned out, and maybe you need a break, and there's nothing wrong with that. So if you do need a break and you take a break, that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, do it. And then when you come back to it, perhaps you'll be more hungry for it, you know, and it'll just feel much more aligned to you. And then the Six of Cups definitely is the card of, I see this as a card of exchanging energies. You are working with your clients or working with your people who are asking you for tarot readings. It's basically there. This is also family. It could be family people or people who you're familiar with, so good friends. So if you're not used to reading for other people or strangers, maybe start off with reading for family or friends first, and then branch out to complete strangers. A lot of people think, oh, I feel more comfortable reading for family and friends. But I was actually the opposite. I felt scared to read for good friends and family and coworkers. I actually feel more comfortable reading for strangers. So, you know, you may find the same thing. Or maybe not. Maybe you will actually prefer reading for friends and family. But whatever the case may be, I feel like you just need to switch it up a little bit. You are definitely intuitive. I've told you that many times in your readings that I've done for you before. I just feel like you're just in a phase right now where maybe you just need to switch things up a little bit. The deck you're working with, the kind of deck you're working with, you know, cleansing your cards. Maybe they just need to be cleansed, or taking a break from reading for a day or two and then come back to it. But you're not disconnected, okay? You're definitely connected. So, yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Oh, and then also, you know, joining some sort of a Facebook group or a group, or, you know, being amongst other readers will help you too, okay? So, my love, this basically concludes your reading. I hope that this helped. I hope this gave you something to think about. If you have any other questions, you know where you can contact me. Send me an email, and I will do my best to give you advice. Anyways, I will talk to you soon. And anyone who's watching, this is the cat eye reading. It is available in the shop. Click the link below. All of my readings are limited, so when they're sold out, they are sold out until next year. So get your order in quick, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, my loves.